Hi guys, welcome to Flying Grip Academy. Today we are going to discuss concept called RDS. Here, in order to get the RDS, you are going to search RDS in a search bar. Now I am going to click the RDS. Basically, RDS stands for Relational Database Service. You can able to use a SQL queries in order to retrieve the data. And basically, if you are going to create any data that will be unstructured manner, if you want to create a structural database, you will be using a RDS. And it is used for automated provisioning, and you can have a multi-ages and scaling capacity. So now here you are having a restore multi-AZ. Multi-AZ stands for availability zones, and you can able to have a DB cluster from the snapshot, and you can able to take the backup, and you can able to create the snapshot, and you can able to retrieve the data from snapshot. Here you are having the following options: databases, query editor, performance insights, snapshots, exports in Amazon S3. You can able to export the data to the Amazon S3. Automated backups, and you can able to schedule the backup for day-to-day activities, like daily 3 p.m. you need to take the backup, or some other thing based upon the condition and constraint you can able to take the backup. And you will be having a reserved instances, so which are reserved, and proxies, subnet groups, which subnet it belongs to, and the parameter group, which particular parameter constraints you have given, option groups, custom engine versions, event subscription, for example cloud alarm, cloud events, like that you will be having a subscriptions, event subscription, you can have a SNS or ACS subscriptions. So now what I am going to do is I am going to create a database. Here you are having a create a database option, and I am going to click the create a database. So now here it is going to show choose a database creation method. So now which particular method you are going to use? Standard create and easy create. I am going to select the standard create, which is selected by default. The next thing, here it is going to show engine options, which particular database you would like to use. For example, if you are familiar with the Oracle queries, you can able to select the Oracle. If you are well aware of MySQL server queries, you can select this one. Otherwise, you can able to select MariaDB or MySQL. Now I am going to select MySQL. Now here you are having a different versions of MySQL. Already it has selected the latest version 8.030. So now there are particular templates which are available. So now production is for if you are going to deploy a project, at the time you are going to choose a production server, or development or testing environment you will be choosing this option. So now make sure that you are going to use a free tier, because free tier means it is not going to charge money. So we are going to select the free tier. The next step, here it is going to show the availability and durability. It means multi-ages and how long it is going to store the data. So next it is having the settings. Here in the settings it is going to ask the database identifier. You can able to type the name of your data, and here I am going to select the database one, so which is given by default. And if you want to type GPR, so there should not be any spaces, GPR database one. Here every time you are going to log in, and you need to make a connectivity between the JDBC, ODBC, otherwise PHP to MySQL. It should be having a username and password. So you can able to type the password here. I have typed the password. The next step, it is going to show the instance configuration. So here it is going to have a burstable classes. It includes an n number of tables can be used among the database. So now here you will be selecting the T3 micro by default. Now I am going to select the T2 micro. It is showing it should have at least 8 characters. So now we are going to select the storage class. It is going to show, so general purpose SSD GPU2 and here the allocated storage. So how much storage you need. It can able to scale up to 64 terabytes. So now here you can able to select which particular general purpose GP2, how much GB of space you need to allocate. I am selecting a 20 GB of space is enough. So now you can able to enable the auto scaling. You check whether you are having a public access or not. If you are going to untick the public access, it can be accessible within your network only. So now I'm going to create a public access. Next, it is going to ask the VPC security group. So it is a firewall. So now whether you are having a choose existing security group, which is a default, otherwise you can able to create a new security group by creating. So now you can able to create, so which particular VPC security group name you would like to create. Otherwise you can able to choose the default security group. So now if you want to have any preferences, either 1A or 1B, you can able to select which particular region you would like to store. So next it is going to ask authentication, whatever the password we have set here, master password, so that will be taken. Otherwise you can able to choose password from IAM database authentication. So whatever the password you are having, that will be taking. Otherwise keybro authentication, so you will be having a key pair, and by that you can able to log in. Now here you can able to configure additional settings. So now whether the port number is 3306 or not. If you want to type 3030, and you can able to increase or decrease the port number. Whatever the default port number is there, you need to identify in order to connect to the database. It is going to show estimated monthly cost. So how much cost is charged by the RDS. Amazon RDS free tier is available for 12 months. So now what I am going to do is I am going to click create a database. Here it is going to show the status. The status is creating a database. Okay, it is taking time. So before that we will discuss DynamoDB. Here DynamoDB is also one kind of database service, so which is managed by NoSQL database service. So it means here it is not going to use a relational database, so there is no interlinking between one query to another query. So here you are having a documentation which is available, and you can able to see whatever the theory is available over here. It is not relational database. If you want to create a table, create a table. For example, here I am going to create a employee table. Here I am going to create a table called employee table. So now here it is going to show partition key and the type of the database. Here it is going to show number or binary or string. For example, here I am going to type the employee ID. Here I am going to type employee ID as a number, and here I am going to type employee name. Here employee name should be string. So like that you can able to create some kind of keys. So next here you are having a table settings. I am going to use a default settings, otherwise you can able to customize the settings. So I am selecting the default settings. Here the tags are optional. If you want to add a tag, you can able to add a tags. So now you can able to click on create a table. Now it is going to create a table. So now the table is created. So now if you are going to click the table, you can able to see overview, indexing, monitoring, and all the things. Here you are having a party QL editor. So by using a party QL editor, you can able to write a query. So now if you are going to click on the employee, you can able to create a employee table, and you can able to write a query over here. So now if you are going to click the table, and here if you are going to click on the employee table, and if you are going to click explore table items, you can able to find here at the bottom, click create an item. So now here you can able to create an item. So as many number of items you can able to create. So now for example, here we have entered a partition ID and you can able to set the value. So now if I am going to create an item and it is going to show, you must provide the short key attribute with employee name with a non-empty value. It means, so here it should have a employee name. So now I am going to enter a employee ID. Employee ID is 1234. So now employee name I am going to type Pradeep. So now here I am going to click on create an item. So now the two particular items are created. So now if I am going to edit this one and I want to add a duplicate item. So now I am going to duplicate an item. So now here you can able to click new attribute. So now I am going to click new attribute string. So now what I would like to enter employee branch. Here I have added employee branch. So branch name is, I am going to type AWS India. So now if you are going to click create an item, so now it is going to show partition key and sort keys must be unique. So now what it is going to show, so already a particular data was added. So now 1 2 3 5. So if you are going to create an item or you can able to add an attribute. So now if you want to add a salary, employee salary, I am going to enter a number, employee salary. Then you can able to add. So now I am going to create an item. So now if you are going to check this particular table and this particular table, and it is having only two number of columns, and if you are going to check 1 2 3 4 5 and it is having a 4 number of columns. So in this manner you can able to create a table. We will check the RDS. So now in RDS whether it has created successfully database or not. We have gone to RDS and click on the databases. So here you can able to notice, so now the particular database has created successfully in RDS. So if you want to set up the EC2 connection, you can able to check the EC2 connection and you can able to choose an instance. So whether you have created an instance or not. So now once if you have created an instance is an operating system which you have created, and that particular operating system you can able to choose an instance. So now if you are going to choose an instance, so then you can able to select, otherwise you can able to create an EC2 instance. So now here you can able to type which particular server you are going to create. Linux, and here you can able to browse the AMI, so Amazon Linux 2, select that particular instance. So now select T2 micro, select the key pair. So next select existing security group, so which is a default security group. So then launch an instance. So if you are going to view an instances, now Linux which is created, and it will be taking some time in order to create the instance. So now once it is going to come from pending state to running state, so then you can able to use all the activities. Now here you can able to refresh and you can able to choose the instance, set up EC2 connection. So now the instance is available. So now select the instance, continue. So now it is going to show VPC, which default VPC is created, and how it is going to have a connection between operating system to RDS. So now if you are going to click confirm and setup, you can able to create the interlink between the database and as well as this one. So here you are having a Linux which is running, and if you are going to Java to database or PHP to database, and whatever the connections you are going to create, that will be created. Now we will go to the DynamoDB. So now if you are going to select the table, here the tables are active. If you want to delete the table, and you can able to delete the table. Here you need to take delete. So now you are going to delete the table which you have created. Now no tables are found here. We have created the instances in RDS, and you need to terminate the RDS. So now I am going to click the instance, and I am going to stop the instance. Now again I am going to terminate the instance. Now in a similar manner, I am going to click the databases, the database which we have created, and I am going to select the actions, delete the database. So now it is going to ask, you need to type delete me, so that it is going to delete the database. So now you refresh the instance, the instance is terminated. This is all about RDS and DynamoDB. If you like this video, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching.